Hey loves, welcome to Wonderland. I'm Chazles Renee, and if you're new here, thank you so much for joining me in this speed build. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back loves. Today, we are navigating the curious maze to the Queen of Hearts Kingdom. This beautiful build was inspired by the Alice in Wonderland maze in Fantasyland in Shanghai, Disneyland. So let's get started on this maddening maze of a build. And if you like this video, please show your support by liking it on your way out and consider subscribing so you can help my channel grow. Alright loves, let's get right into it. So this build is going to be centered around the beautiful pink castle house inn. As soon as I seen this castle, I immediately thought of the Queen of Hearts, so it is only fitting that I make it her fortress. To get started on the Courtyard maze, I went ahead and used the topiary fence wall with the corner fence for the border of the maze. Once I had the border of my maze placed down, I then went ahead and added the Curious Labyrinth entrance sign at the front of the maze. I enclosed it with the small topiary fence on both sides of the sign, and then I went ahead and got started on the centerpiece of the maze. In Shanghai Disneyland, they have a beautiful Queen of Hearts face right in the middle of the maze, and of course I wanted to do the same topiary design using the Cheshire Cat face, but when I went to go place it down, it just covered way too much of the castle entrance. So instead, I decided to display a beautiful fountain seating area right in the center. So for this, I went ahead and laid down the gold and opal road with border in the center in a cross pattern. I then added little touches of gold brick in all four corners of the cross, and then I went ahead and added the beautiful marble fountain right in the center. I then finished off the four corners with the hydrangea bundles all around it. Now comes the fun part, creating your very own maze garden. Now, you guys can go ahead and use my pattern of a maze if you want to, but if you don't, you can make your very own maze entrance. So you can fit any of the topiary fence pieces any way that you want to form the perfect maze for your liking. Once you have your maze pattern done, you can then add little detail elements like the enchanted castle oil lamps to the middle of the seating area in the maze. And then I went ahead and added the Cheshire Cat topiaries on both sides of the entrance with that cute, whimsical spiral fountain. I then added the blossoming cherry trees and Forgotten Lands flower bushes to add more detail to the front entrance. Alice in Wonderland is known for its beautiful, whimsical aesthetic. So I felt like this build definitely needed a little more quirky elements here and there. And I thought the small world rainbow pillars were the perfect fit for the front of the castle. So I added them off to the sides of the castle and then added the blossoming cherry trees on both sides of the castle with the sinister fir trees. And then I went ahead and started on my path. I added the muddy path with border leading up to the beautiful maze and castle. I then added a different pathway for the entrance of the castle using a combination of the deluxe sugar pavement and the gold and opal road border as steps right into the beautiful fortress. Alright guys, Absalom is my absolute favorite character in Alice in Wonderland. So of course, I had to create his very own area to just rest and relax. And this starts off with a custom mushroom rug that I created all for him. I went ahead and laid it down, and then I grabbed Absalom, or the curious labyrinth caterpillar as they called him, and I placed him right in the center of that custom rug. I then needed to cover up where the rug met the ground, so I added a bunch of cute and pretty foliage all around him. Like those beautiful sunlit plateau bushes, and of course I had to use the beautiful vine flower lamps for a source of light and just to add some glow to his area. And there we go. Absalom has his very own resting area. So Alice in Wonderland is also known for its maddening tea parties. So of course I needed to add a cute little tea area right in the middle of the Wonderland forest. So for this I decided to use my beautiful mushroom custom rug again as the base, and then I added the purple tea set right on the floor, and of course I placed foliage all around it to enclose it in. Like the beautiful vine flower lamps once again for a nice glow, and then the blossoming cherry trees. Lastly, I added a whole bunch of foliage items to make it feel more forest-like, and I also added some of this foliage to the inside of the maze to the castle as well. Foliage like my favorite grass, which is the beach grass. Every time I use it, it just adds so much more detail to all of my builds. And I also placed small rocks here and there around the forest area as well as the inside of the maze. I then added some beadlet anemones all around the forest area and inside the maze as well for some glow elements. At the end of the build, I ended up moving my benches in the center of the maze and adding 2 more oil lamps to this area just because I felt like it needed more lighting, and also my character couldn't navigate in the center of the maze with the way that the benches were laid out. So I just played around, moved things around, and at the end of it, it all fit together perfectly. And with that, my loves, this concludes the speed build of the Queen of Hearts Kingdom in Wonderland. Now let's help Alice and the White Rabbit through the maze to reach the Queen's Castle. And if you enjoyed this video, guys, please give it a thumbs up and please consider subscribing, because not only will you be helping my channel grow, but you will also be helping me reach my 500 subs goal to start lives, to do builds and gameplay with all of my loves joining me in on the fun. And you will also see more Disney Dreamlight content just like this. I hope you all found some inspiration for your very own Wonderland. Thank you so much, my friends, for making it to the end. I appreciate you all. And until the next one, loves, have a great day.